everybody, it's Ann popping on behind my apron. I am doing some stuffed portobello mushrooms, so I thought it would be fun if I popped on and gave you guys the same tips as I was doing it, in case you have some portobellos on hand or you want to do this. As you can see, I have two big portobello caps here, and I just use a knife, like, you know, a standard kitchen knife, to take the stem out and to remove the gills just with a soft scratch, because I don't want to go too deep with a sharp knife. I want this to be a pretty thin removal of the top. So that's the first step I've done, is put the two caps, cap side down on top of a baking stone. I love this medium stoneware piece, and you guys, it's so exciting. The new stone fusion line and our other stone pieces are all back in the line with my business, so that helps a ton. So this is step one. Step two is I took a couple tablespoons of butter and melted it in a prep bowl, and I'm going to add some fresh garlic to that butter. So I'm just going to put a couple cloves right in the garlic press, squeeze that right into the butter. Get all the good garlic out, you guys. You can see all that hanging on the garlic press. So make sure you get all that good garlic, put it in the butter, scrape it off with a nice good sharp knife. And then you know the waste is in here, so you can just pop that out and throw it in the garbage. Use your pastry brush and mix the butter and garlic really well. And then we're going to just line the inside of this portobello with the garlic butter. And I'll do them both here. It's probably a waste of time for you. You can see what I'm doing, but when I get to cooking these in the oven, I will do 375. And depending on the size of your mushroom, I would probably start with 20 minutes. Okay, so once you've got your butter and garlic inside, then you want to fill your portobello, and there's so many things you could do. You could do proteins from sausage and chicken and things like that. I've even seen a recipe for a Philly cheesesteak filled inside a portobello, which looked really fun and interesting. But today I'm not doing it that route. The first layer is going to be some of the boursin cheese, and I like the garlic and herb. And I'm just going to use the mini skinny scraper, which I like a lot. I'm not going to use this whole package of the cheese, but quite a bit of it actually. So I'm going to get it so that it's in the 3 caps. It will soften. I probably didn't take it out quite as early as I maybe should have to show you guys, but it's a crumbly cheese. So it's not going to spread super easily like you're probably used to by seeing a cream cheese or anything. So I'm just going to kind of use my hand and the spatula and get this layer of the cheese kind of spread around on the mushroom cap. And then I'm going to actually use some onions and some tomatoes as the next filling layer. I think that will work there. Okay, so I have about 1/3 of an onion that I'm going to just quickly chop with the food chopper. I think every house in America should have Pampered Chef's food chopper. Whether you're doing just a small onion like this or a 1/2 cup of nuts, this is really my go-to. If it's a bigger project, like I need to do a couple whole onions or something like that, then I would use my manual processor. But for this recipe, I just need, sorry it gets loud, I just need couple tablespoons of nicely diced onions in each mushroom cap. So this does a great job. In fact, when the kids were little, I used to tell people, if the kids are picky at your house, you can chop something fine enough with this food chopper so they don't even see it. But luckily I didn't have too much trouble with my kids wanting to eat all the same things we were eating. And then next I'm going to just slice the 2 tomatoes. This is actually called a core and more product, so I'm going to take the stem off with a little coring tool. This bottom is actually something that you can use to make like butter balls or melon balls. And you guys, this actually left our line, but it popped up this week in my outlet. So if you've never looked in our outlet, you might want to pop in there. So I just want to take the stem off of the tomato because the rest will be fine to use. So very easily it just drops out the stem. You can use this on strawberries too. So I'm going to just stem the 2 tomatoes, and then I'm going to put them in the quick slice, which is the machine that has all the slicing blades. And I want to slice both of these at the same time, which is super easy to do. So just put them on your top of your quick slice. And instead of just going down hard, you just kind of rock this. So you're going to go back and forth through the tomatoes so that you don't just do a mashing. And so then you have all these nice sliced tomatoes that I'm going to layer inside of my mushroom caps. That worked out about perfect with that one. We'll see here with the second one. This other one looks a little bit bigger, but I think I can make it work here. Okay, now you want to season this layer next. So you have tomatoes on the top. So use a little bit of fresh ground sea salt, a little bit of pepper, and then I love Pampered Chef's garlic and herb. I thought I got it out. Our garlic and herb from the pantry line. This is actually a real big go-to in our house. And so I'm going to sprinkle that over the top of the tomato layer. And then this is a cup full of fresh mozzarella that I just cubed up. So just take and spread it out something like this so that there's just these little cubed pieces of fresh mozzarella all over top of your portobello. And then once you feel like you've got the amount of mozzarella on there that you want, the topping is just Parmesan cheese. So I did the same thing. I took some Parmesan and already have it grated in the prep bowl, and you'll just top it like this. And then you will bake this in the oven. Like I said, I would start with about 20 minutes. And then for the last couple minutes, if it hasn't started to brown the cheese on the top, for the last couple minutes, switch your oven over to broil, okay? And it'll start to do the cheese. Now, you also, if you own an air fryer, you also can do this recipe in an air fryer with just a couple adjustments. First of all, it will not take 20 minutes. But I like the roasting from the oven just a little bit different when I'm using the baking method than I would in the air fryer. So, but stuffed portobellos, that is for Sunday here. So if you guys stuff your portobellos, I would love you to pop in the comments and tell me what you guys love to stuff them with. That would make it really fun too. But a lot of variety, a lot of ways to do it really fast. And a lot of people love to do these on the grill also. So today's not very nice, but if it's a nicer day sometime, I'm gonna put them in a cast iron skillet right on the grill because everybody says that that is just fabulous. It gets a little bit of that smoky flavor too. So enjoy them. Talk to you soon.